I am a fan of Doom. The games are really fun and revolutionize gaming, as I bet the gaming market won't be the same without it. And the creators of Doom, ID Software, made Quake, and with it led to the creation of the Team Fortress franchise. The first ever TF title was a mod for Quake, which then later got remade under the title of Team Fortress Classic in Cold Source engine, which is a heavily modified Quake engine. And in 2007, Team Fortress 2 was released in Source, which is modified Cold Source engine. So technically speaking, TF2 has the same engine that runs Quake. Now why am I mentioning all of this? Because I really like these franchises. Doom is great as it has a killer soundtrack and the combat it offers is super fun. Quake is revolutionary and atmospheric, while TF2 is the bestest game ever released, as you could probably see with the type of stuff I make for this channel. So to celebrate the upcoming Doom The Dark Ages, I want to show you all some fun Doom and Quake maps that I found from the workshop. But before I do, I'm again tell you all that I'm close to reaching 5k subs, so if you could help me reach that milestone, I will be really grateful. Now let's take a look at the first level.
Let's do this Texas style.
Any video that covers maps based on Doom needs to start with E1M1 as is tradition. This version faithfully recreates this iconic level, even having the classic graphics. It has the hangar, the computer room, Nuggets room, the side room with the pedestal and courtyard. Some modifications have been made to accommodate the two teams, such as the exit area being locked to reds only, while the hangar has an extra room made for the blue team. And both sides have teleporters, with red ones take you to the secret room, while blue's one opens at the side room with the pillars. I then tried to speedrun the level as fast as I could, as the world record for this level is 8 seconds. And while I wasn't anywhere close to the record, it was a fun attempt at least. It's funny how it took me longer to explain about this map than it takes to beat it when it's such a simple level that everyone knows about at this point. This map was just a simple remake, which is good because the hangars is just a perfect level that doesn't need much changes.
I'm gonna tear you down, Junior.
Quake's E1M2 is a V-script powered map which also faithfully recreates the same level from the original game. It's a small castle that has water canals around the level, and I mentioned that it's powered by V-script, so you get to experience Quake deathmatching in TF2. You can find different weapons around the level which work remarkably similar to their original counterparts, and of course you got the armor and health pickups as well. Last time when I went over a Quake inspired map, I couldn't try it with other people, but this time I gathered some friends to play with me. For some reason my crosshair would occasionally disappear, which made shooting at foes harder, but once I fixed that little issue, I then proceeded to steamroll them twice. It was first 1v2 where I had to go against 2 people, which I then won, and later on one of their friends joined my side and we won it as well. I guess after playing many different boomer shooters and TF2 for 6k hours kind of makes you naturally good at this type of deathmatching. I noticed that Super Shotgun was really good at close range combat, and L guns tended to suck. It was pretty hard to hit with the grenade launcher, but the rocket launcher was outright busted as I was able to kill my friends with one rocket, and the splash damage is very powerful too. The lightning gun was pretty powerful as well, but requires you to have good tracking skills and ability to locate ammo for it, because it shoots it very fast. It felt so real to be able to play Quake on TF2, as I don't think anyone back in 2007 would imagine how far the modding scene has gone for this game, and I noticed how fun it was as well to have a classic deathmatch. The map itself was also really faithfully recreated, as it has those plucky Quake textures, and you can even play as the Ranger, which was cool, so overall a really fun level. I do recommend trying it out with some friends.
Y'all just got drafted into my war.
It simply recreates the 7th level of the same name from Doom 2. It's a pretty simple map, being just a square with inner levels, 4 platforms and this control point where the exit should be. It's a very small and straightforward map, so straightforward that I kind of struggle to add anything interesting here, so I decided to redo the level on Gmod. I spammed 4 mango pies to simulate the OG level and grabbed some TF2 weapons, but noticed that there were 2 bullet sponges, so if regular weapons don't work, you can always rely on the big fucking gun. It's a fun recreation, but it's just so dead simple that there is nothing much to talk about.
Don't test my metal, son!
Quake Turbine is a very nice reskin, and which happens to also have a V-script version of the map as well. I covered this level originally on my first Turbine video, but last time I could only explore the map, but now I got some people to play with me. It's pretty much the same level, but with a few tweaks, like having weapon pickups and vents having extra space to store a weapon and medkit. I then invited a friend to play with me, we rambled on a bit while I wrecked him a bit, and later on invited more to play with me. At first I was getting my shiny ass kicked in, but then turned it around with some really cool plays and won the game again. It was again really fun to play with friends, and I do recommend this map as well if you have the patience to set up a server.
I'm gonna beat you like a rented mule, boy.
Tower of Babel is a TF2 remake of Doom's Episode 2's 8th map with the same name, and it has some lore to it as well. In middle of nowhere there was an abandoned secret base that Red and Blue owned, and one day this hell tower rose from below the base, which then corrupted the facility and nearby area to hellish imagery, and the companies wanted to take it back, so they sent mercenaries to fight each other for it. I love when maps include some extra lore, it's always fun to read. The level is pretty similar to the OG level, but with few tweaks. Each team starts outside the tower, there are extra props around the playable area, the tower is more open compared to the original, it has Merc's body parts now hanging instead of Barons of Hell. You can get to the roof as well, and now in the roof there are some monuments that will hurt you if you touch them. This goes to the Tesla coils as well, so I'd stay away from them, and every time you cap the point it will spam monoculus and too many skeletons will pop out to harass you. And you can find some rather interesting posters like this TF2 stylized Doom guy with Mama Keeve instead of Daisy the Bunny, and posters of TF2 women like Scout's mom, Miss Powling and Femme Soldier. And those usual calendars have been updated with the new renders as well. This is a pretty odd inclusion to a Doom level, but I don't mind it personally, as who doesn't like looking at pretty women? It's a pretty neat map, but man, there is too many skeletons to handle, and spawning monoculus every time a point is capped is just painful, as needing to deal with multiple bosses can get pretty annoying.
I'm gonna lay you out!
PAM4 is a recreation of the original 2 the Quake version of it. It's drastically different to the TF2 one, so much that I feel like I get lost in this version. For starters, one of the spawns is near the Intel room, which said Intel room only has one entrance leading to it. There is an elevator that will take you to the courtyard, which is very different this time around. There is a crosswalk that leads you to the second spawn now in balconies, and the outside area is smaller but still has the bridge that connects to the enemy base. The entrance is shorter as it takes you pretty quickly to the courtyard. The sewers now require you to swim all the way to the enemy base, and when you grab the briefcase you must now take it to your balcony instead of the Intel room to cap it, which took me a second to realize. I must say, even though this is a nice recreation, I vastly prefer the TF2 version of 2 as it's easier to navigate and it doesn't feel as cluttered compared to this one. But still, it was fun to explore the map that will eventually lead to one of the most iconic levels in TF2. Now let's move on to our final map.
You and me, hoss.
DM Bloode is a player destruction map and is a remake of level named DM Bloode, and I have to say this map looks really nice. Not only does it look like it will come straight out of modern Doom expansions, but it also has pretty fun layout to it as well. At the spawn you have this nice supply locker and 2 portals that take you to different portions of the battlefield. I really like how there's plenty of space to move around in, some corners to camp, lots of high ground to hold, and there's even a control point that if capped gives you speed boost and mini crits and causes a flood to happen. First time you cap the point it's blood which is harmless to swim in, next is a toxic phase which will slowly kill you, and then fire blue is an instant death. Doom music also plays during the game, and every time you kill someone is an instant point, so you don't need to hoard some souls and then try your best to stay alive to avoid someone stealing your hard earned points. I like this map, it has a fun layout to DM around and the graphics are on point, feeling like I was really playing an actual Doom level. But of course there are few issues to it, such as the music being pretty quiet, and because of open it is, snipers could be a real pain to deal with. But I still liked it and would recommend checking it out. And that's all the maps. Doom and Quake are very influential games that without them TF2 would not exist. Their technological leaps made way for more shooter games to come, and it felt funny to play Quake in TF2 as it felt like we have come full circle. TF started as a Quake mod, and now in modern games Quake is a mod in TF2. I enjoy my time going over these maps, and I am very excited for Dark Ages because it looks really good, and Eternal is one of my favorite games of all time. And I do recommend checking out id Software shooter games, because if you're a fan of TF2 or Valve shooters in general, you might enjoy these games as well. So like the video if you enjoyed it, comment down below your own favorite map shown today or to see your general thoughts, subscribe for more TF2 and have a nice day.